Rogan Report podcast. Check it out.
All things Joe Rogan by day. Rogan Report podcast by night. All day. All night. Half hour to an hour-ish episodes once a week.
The Rogan Report podcast.
All right, Shane, welcome to my back deck.
This
We're
is
outside.
a fun change.
Yeah, this is something new here. We're outside on the warm spring afternoon here.
Yep.
I played my first round of golf today.
How's that?
This year. It was great.
Was it packed?
No, it was not. We were the first ones out.
Yeah.
And it was there was one other couple that went out on the back nine. We went on the front nine, and I was surprised that there wasn't like a big lineup of people eager. But a lot of the courses, the rules they have is like you're not allowed to show up early. Show up 15 minutes before your tee time, wait in your car until the 15 minutes before if you're there early.
Yeah.
And then, you get out, pay quickly, and they're trying to really keep people spaced out.
So, did you have to go in the clubhouse to pay?
I did, yeah. They had just only one person in the clubhouse at a time, and then they had the classic big shield up the way that all the grocery stores have for their cashiers there.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll talk, of course, about COVID craziness and Alberta's plan to reopen the economy, which sort of unofficially started today.
Yeah.
But then officially starts May 14th, and then a few more. It's a 3-phase plan.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk a little bit about what's been going on in Rogan's universe. And I think maybe it's fair to say both of our favorite episode was 1459, Tom O'Neill. Talking about Charlie Manson, which Joe now has brought up like almost every episode since that episode.
Pretty
and
wicked.
Can't fault him for that because it is a crazy, crazy, crazy story.
Yeah.
So, COVID craziness. They shut down basically everything. We decided not to. Oh, we're not recording.
Oh, shit. That's such a good intro, dude.
Maybe we are. I can't see the screen out here. Oh, it looks like we are recording.
Sweet. We're good.
There was an error message like asking for AirPlay. My
Yeah.
computer wanted to know if I wanted to take advantage of AirPlay.
Hey, it's been a hot minute. Give us a second. We're catching up here.
Okay. So where the fuck was I? We basically, Alberta closed down with the rest of the world. Most places decided, you know what, we're going to shut down all non-essential businesses and, basically just run grocery stores and like healthcare. And that's about it. And now Alberta is just taking the first steps to reopen the economy here. So golf courses were allowed to open today under, pretty strict rules, which I think is good. We should. Yeah. A lot of people seem really, really nervous, and I've seen a lot of my Facebook is full of people saying it's too soon. You're killing people.
But it's like all those people didn't actually read what's happening. Because it isn't too soon. It's 2 weeks away still. And it's like only a little bit of things are open right now.
Yeah. The first, should we get into what the first phase of the plan is? Stage 1 is some stores, daycares, still no large gatherings. So they said that as early as May 14th, Kenny said the province will be closely monitoring hospitalization numbers, healthcare system capacity, and then they'll react accordingly as things go in that first phase. So if that first phase we see a big spike in cases, we may go back into non-essential services being shut down again.
That seems perfectly logical to me, and I'm never like a proponent for Kenny or the UCP, but that seems logical.
It does. I think it's the right move to try something right now and see how it goes, and we got to test it out. We are having great success in Canada and Alberta. I think it was New Brunswick I was reading hasn't had a new case in 14 days.
That's
so
right, yeah.
Basically, they should be scot-free if nobody else goes into New Brunswick.
None of it I just saw actually had its first case.
Oh, is that right?
2 days ago, yeah.
Who the fuck went up to none of it?
My uncle's up there. I don't know why he's there.
Did he bring the COVID?
Yeah.
What a bastard.
Yeah, maybe he did.
So shout out to Shane's uncle infecting.
No, he's been there a while. He said nobody had, I talked to him 3 weeks ago maybe.
Okay.
And it's not a thing there yet. It hadn't been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of stage 1, what we're going to see. Clothing, furniture stores, bookstores, vendors at farmers markets, hairstylists, barbershops.
Hairstylists.
Museums. Yeah, we're all pretty shaggy here these days.
I see you haven't let Angie at your hair.
No.
I have let Stacey at my hair.
I was strongly considering just shaving it right down to the wood.
Well, that's what I should be doing after I let Stacey at mine, but I refused.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to do.
Do you have a good shaved head?
I have some moles that are not awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's round.
It's round at
Yeah.
least. Like it's not.
It's decently shaped. It doesn't look like I had some weird cranial surgery.
Yeah, like some people have the weirdest head. Man.
Yeah, they have like some like real like stick out blocks almost. Like
what did your mom do to you as a child?
yeah, yeah. I don't have any like severe flat spots or anything.
Yeah, those dudes with the total flat back of the head. You just know that kid was screaming in its crib all the time as a child.
So stage 2 of the plan is going to include schools, movie theaters, still no large gatherings. So get the schools open. Do you think, I mean, a lot of these things, as we open the economy, the question is, sure, the province is allowing it, but will people go?
Yeah.
Right? Like, we can open my store and say, hey, we're open to the public. Doesn't mean we're going to see the same kind of traffic that we saw before COVID-19. I suspect traffic is going to be greatly reduced. People now are so used to buying things online now that they've been forced to.
Yeah.
And so a lot of those people are just going to say, fuck it, I'm not going to the store. Why risk going in there?
I think it's highlighted the not necessariness of a lot of things that we have in our lives. Like work, for instance. A lot of people could work from home a lot more than they actually do.
For sure. And a lot of the business, like the buildings downtown, the big high rises, skyscrapers full of offices, a lot of those people especially can work from home.
Yeah.
And so all the businesses that are supported by all of the business people, like, we have a store downtown. There's lots of restaurants and things that kind of rely on the lunch rush. And without that, I think those businesses can't. I mean, they might be able to make a couple more months or something, but they can't stay open indefinitely because some people will go back to work, but a lot of those people will not.
I think a lot of people are going to have to look at new lines of work for sure.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people in the service industry, and it's hurt a lot of people.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, by extension, the musicians, I have a lot of friends that in the music industry that make their living playing music, and they just haven't been playing shows. They've been doing online, live streams have been popular, and I've watched a few of them. And then they always have a spot at, hey, support us on Patreon or give some money, but they couldn't be nearly as much money from that as what they would have been getting paid from the bars, I expect.
Is there assistance for them? Like a lot of people,
they would qualify.
Government?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They would qualify for the CURB. So Canada has, what does the CURB stand for? Canada, Emergency Relief Benefit.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, relief. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So they do apply. They've been getting, I think the system for that was if your income has been restricted for any reason due to COVID-19, then you qualify. And the first one, it's $2,000 a month, although it is taxable. So next year come tax season, you'll have to pay, whatever, $400 on top of that 2,000.
And I think people have to be careful too, because if they start working and they're already have gotten that money for that month, it's actually repayable.
Yeah, you do owe it back if you're making. But if I found out you're allowed to make up to $1,000 a month and still qualify for the full 2,000 CURB benefit.
That's a decent living, bro.
Yeah,
not bad.
That's $3,000 a month.
Yeah,
I could pay my bills with that. I wouldn't be out golfing, that's for sure. But the mortgage would be be paid.
It's not big balling, but nobody's poor.
No,
there has to be people that are actually better off right now than usual.
A lot of the part-time staff in my store, if they were only working 1 or 2 shifts a week,
they're not making $2,000 a month.
They certainly weren't making $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
So they are better off. So stage 2, schools, movie theaters, large gatherings. Joe's been talking a lot about movie theaters. He's like, who's the fuck's going to go to a movie theater again?
Well, now that they're just giving them out and making a lot of fucking money.
Now that they're releasing
streaming them,
yeah, straight to releasing them right away. I kind of agree, but the one thing that I'm surprised he's not talking about is people go to a movie theater to watch something with a large group of people because there's an energy of having
atmosphere.
There's an atmosphere, having people all with you. When you're watching a comedy together, all 100 people in a theater, and you're all laughing at the same times. Like I don't want movie theaters to close. I like
or like
going
a
to
Star Wars movie when it's full of Star Wars geeks.
Yeah, absolutely. People are dressed up, and
feel
it's an event. Yeah, so I think that movie theater, there's a place for them, in my opinion. One thing I've heard is maybe they'll get drive-in theaters happening again.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, hand jobs for everyone.
I actually barely remember drive-ins. Like I went when I was a kid, but barely.
I did too, maybe twice.
Yeah,
I didn't go a lot.
Yeah.
So that's stage 2. Stage 3, businesses will be fully reopened, clubs, gyms with upper limits, and then larger gatherings. So like sporting events, get the Oilers going again, and concerts and whatnot.
One thing Joe's brought up a lot is like seeing in movies now. It looks fucking weird when you see people like hugging and like running off and be like, "What's up, bro?" and like touching hands and
it
stuff.
It does kind of look weird. That does jump into your head when you see it. Like, oh, hey, that's not social distancing. But at the same time, I don't know.
It makes me sad.
It doesn't feel like
I really miss the world, bro.
Me too.
I really do. Like, I just want to be. It feels so rude to like get out of the way of old people as they come. I'm used to being like smile at the old people. Talk to them if they want to talk. Stuff
you can
like
still
that,
smile at people.
No, you can.
Not,
no,
not
totally.
going to give them COVID.
But doesn't it feel a little rude when you like
crossing the street?
Yeah,
before
like getting away from not walking close to people deliberately.
Yeah, I guess a little bit.
It's against my manners that I've been raised with.
Fair enough.
A little bit.
Yeah, I do miss the world as well. But you know what? To me, when I'm driving, it almost doesn't feel any less busy on the roads. So where are all these people going? I don't understand that.
You know what? And I drive for a living. I've noticed such a fucking increase since Kenny's announcement on Thursday night, like Friday.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh, cool, we're back."
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people not social distancing out there today. Like on my way here, there's a party going on not far from here, and they're driving around the block saying "Happy 60th" to somebody, but there's vans are packed.
I did see actually some balloons on the yard of that 60th birthday.
The cab driver was cracking me up. He's like, "What the fuck? Nobody's social distancing."
Yeah, we are supposed to still, like, that's the thing, is in order for this to really work, I think we do still need to be pretty strict on the social distancing and as much as we possibly can, while still getting the economy going. And I did go visit my mom in her backyard, and I brought my own chair and my own beers, and I had her open the gate just like I opened the gate for you, so she could just walk in and I walked into the yard. I didn't touch anything. Set up my chair, sat down, drank my beer. She was like across the yard.
Yeah,
I cannot possibly see how I could have infected her in any way because I didn't touch anything in the yard. I brought my own chair, brought my own beer, just had a beer, for an hour, and then I went home.
Yeah,
so. I think we should still try to kind of be doing that. It shouldn't just be like, okay, now hugs for everyone.
No, on that note, how about Sweden, who they did the social distancing, but they experienced 0 lockdowns. They did not stop anything. The kids kept going to school.
Right.
Although I think in the last couple of days, they're seeing some pretty bad deaths.
They had some spikes for sure. I don't know what the current stats are on Sweden.
Yeah.
And Norway as well, I think, was kind of on the same program.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's interesting though, and
I'm glad that they're trying it differently. I think it's
so that we can see at least, right?
Yeah, and it's complicated, and it does seem to be like even if we do see good results from them, it's also possible that we could have bad results. Like clearly, New York is having fucking a terrible time with it. So
kind of to be expected, right?
Yeah.
They're on top of each other.
They are. Calgary is much worse off than Edmonton. Edmonton seems to be faring a little bit better. So
someone else said this, and I'm not sure if it was Joe Rogan or where I actually heard it, but the idea that Americans are all about freedom and that you're not going to fucking tell me what to do.
Right.
They didn't really listen to their government as much as other countries did. And which is why something like this might actually work better in Sweden, because they did listen and are listening. I think as a rule, they're more apt to listen to their government than America is.
One thing Joe's talked about is how he's surprised about how much people are listening to it.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
especially in California where he is, right?
Yeah. They talk about how no one's out on the roads and whatnot. And, same thing, New York, people are all locked away. And I've seen the pictures of people like running where they show the street completely empty. Yeah. I've never seen an empty street in Edmonton. Every time I've been driving, there's other people out there. And if it's rush hour, there'll be just as many cars. I'm shocked. I'm like, why is there 30 cars out here right now?
So do you think though, I completely blanked. I had a thought and it went out my brain as I sipped that delicious Blanton's whiskey.
You're drinking the Blantons?
Still, yeah. And you have this Suntory.
Yeah. So we have a couple different whiskeys we're enjoying right now. Blanton's delicious bourbon and then Suntory Japanese whiskey.
Yeah, that's a nice whiskey. And you're right, it is very Scotch. It's got like a smoky peatiness to it.
Yeah,
right?
It's a lot closer to a Scotch than a bourbon for sure.
Yeah. It was jarring going from the bourbon to because bourbons and Scotches, they're barely the same thing at all.
I'm gonna see. Oh yeah. I like it.
It's very different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is definitely peatier.
There's this other Japanese whiskey, and it's really hard to say the name of it because it's spelled Nikka,
Oh.
but it's supposed to be delicious.
Nika?
Nika. Yeah. I'm going to say it anyway.
Nika.
Yeah. There's a hard K on there.
Is it Nika?
Yeah.
That's how you say it?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well,
it means something different in Japanese, probably.
Probably. Maybe we'll get some of that at some point here.
Mm-hmm.
So should we do a little bit of Rogan reporting on 1459? Tom O'Neill.
Yeah. And what looks like the CIA testing of acid on the public.
So Tom O'Neill wrote the book on Charles Manson. And this book he started writing 20 years ago, and he's been working on it for 20 years. And the episode, they go through kind of what his process, what the roadblocks were along the way, and some of the crazy things that he's proven to absolutely be true. And he puts 60 pages of like references as to where all the information came from and why he knows that the facts he's stating are facts. And it's just, really, really crazy. The psychologist Jolly something, I forget his last name. Jolly.
Oh, shit.
Got it?
No, I don't have it. I feel
his
like
first
Jolly
name-
Swift.
Jolly Swift? That sounds right.
Yeah.
Smith, maybe?
Smith.
His first name is definitely Jolly, and he was like just dosing everyone up with acid and lying his balls off anytime that he got at all anywhere close to being caught with it around it. And fascinating episode. I highly recommend. Check out 1459 Tom O'Neill.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, another thing I learned is that there are quite a few Joe Rogan tribute podcasts out there. I don't think there were when we started ours. I couldn't find one. But when I was trying to get my friend to listen to Joe Rogan on Spotify, I had him search Joe Rogan, and he's like, "Is it this Joe Rogan?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Is it this one?" He was going through like 4 or 5 different podcasts, but didn't even see mine in the list.
Yeah.
Ours here was not there, but if you search Joe Rogan on Spotify, it brings up a handful of other tribute. Have you ever listened to another tribute
I have not.
show? I wonder what they're
I
saying.
want to, and I also don't.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
I don't want it to color what we do,
Yeah,
but also I don't want it to be better than what we do.
yeah. I mean, this podcast is taking a turn, I would say, away from reporting on Joe Rogan and more towards just reporting on things that we see in the world. And
We're more paralleling him than
we're going to talk about UFC, and we're going to talk about
Yeah.
consciousness and drugs and current events.
yeah.
But and we'll also probably talk about Rogan because we both are avid listeners. But
Yeah.
we don't maybe need to recap. Maybe even we don't. Some episodes we can not have any recap. You were saying today, you're like, oh, well, we'll talk about some stuff.
I
And
mean, it's been so long that it's like, what are we gonna? What's our favorite of the last like 20 episodes that have come out? You know, like you said, this was definitely a good one.
yeah,
But although I would note that over this whole time, he's kind of been just having his friends on.
that's true.
Like there's been a couple of high profile ones, but not a lot.
And you said you wanted to like kind of test. Or no, you wanted to talk about the testing that he's
How
doing.
he's testing
all of his guests.
every guest, and that's caused like a huge outcry against him. I don't know if you noticed that in the news, but people were bitching about it. Mainly because not everyone has to test, right? Not everyone has access to tests. But the thing is, his tests, they're not the same tests that the medical people have, you know? It's not like he's taking away a test from somebody. You know?
There's a podcast called the Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh, that's whack. Come on.
I don't know exactly.
Do you remember our first logo I came up with? It was basically his logo, purple. You were like, well, yeah, no.
That's a little too close.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to that and see what it is. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it's good.
Maybe it is. Maybe
Yep.
it's something I'll enjoy, and I'll have to go back and listen. There's been 80 episodes. It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did they start?
I
I
don't
bet
know.
they started after us.
Yeah, I'm pretty
and
sure.
have more pods than us.
I could.
Because we've been doing almost 2 years now.
Yeah, I couldn't find any other Joe Rogan kind of specific podcast when we started.
Hmm.
It looks like their first episode. Here, I'll just scroll down to the bottom. November 2nd, 2018.
Yeah, that was after us.
That was after us?
Wait, that's the same year as us. That was actually like a month after us.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because
our first one was September.
in 2018?
Or no, because we released them. We had 3 or 4 recorded, and then we released them. So I think we started like in August.
I have such a terrible memory for anything like about time, about when something happened. I have no idea when anything. There's events, and they happened, and it was a
They're
go.
there, but
Yeah, it was a go.
Yeah.
Some time ago. No idea when.
yeah.
All right. Well,
I
what
saw
else,
people
Shane?
playing baseball today.
You can't play baseball?
You're touching the same ball, right?
Yeah, and you have to like tag people to put them out.
But
and,
what
like,
if you sanitize yourself right after the game and you make sure you don't touch your face?
No, I don't think so.
That's
I think you. I
for
don't
sure
see
against the rules.
how you can play any team sport like that. To me, needs to be in the third phase of reopening.
Yeah.
I don't think that could be.
I have to agree. Yeah. Too risky.
Yeah. Which means that my beloved golf courses are going to be packed. We've been doing a lot of walks with the dog in the river valley, and the river valley has been packed compared to relative years because that's one of the only things people can do, and one of the only things that the government is advising. Stay at home, don't do anything, but also go outside and
How about
go for
dogs have
walks.
been killing it in COVID?
Dogs
They're
are
getting
pretty
regular
happy.
walks.
Yeah.
They're getting treats.
Yeah.
Masters are home all the time. It's fucking great for dogs.
Yeah, dogs are amped. They're going to be so depressed when we go back.
Oh yeah,
My
it
girlfriend's.
might be a problem. Like
It might be.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's set to go back, I think, here end of May.
Yeah.
For her store.
we've
But-
never shut down because I'm
You're
Was it-
essential.
I'm essential.
Yeah, me too.
There was some funny memes about that. Hey, like the picture of like Joe Dirt. Like, I'm essential, baby.
Yeah.
was like-
it's like I won't use the hero word, but
That's funny. My kid's school called me saying that they had resources for people, like a food bank situation, but not through the food bank. It was like Mission Hope or something.
Oh, okay.
And I said, "Well, no, we're okay. I'm working, and pass that on to someone else that actually needs it."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, thank you very much, sir,
Nice.
for doing your service for the." Like,
Yeah.
whoa,
You
dude.
are a hero.
I am driving a 5-ton. Everything's cool.
Yeah.
I bring you the toilet paper. That's true, but
That is important. That's more important than what I'm doing. I was like, retail does, because we're not open to the public, but we're just, if you go and buy something online, it ships from my store. Basically, the computer tries to find the closest house to you that has that product, and then it ships to you from the closest store.
Ah.
I don't know if I explained that properly. I'm a little bit drunk and mixing my words up now.
fair enough. Fair enough. I'm getting a little buzz myself.
I did have a couple of whiskey and cokes before you came over.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
I like whiskey.
Well, I've gone through a beer and a couple of whiskeys here now, but
Yeah, you're catching up.
I've been drinking a lot through this thing. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, I know Joe talks about that video of the guy goes out jogging and looking at people's recyclables, and it's just full of whiskey,
just beer
wine,
and whiskey.
whiskey, beer. Yeah.
My workplace, the boss has decided to shut us down at 4 every day. Typically, we work till 5.
Okay,
It stops us at 4, and we all have a beer from 4 to 5,
is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
which is pretty cool.
that is cool. So, who do you have to bring your own beer, or what's the?
No, he's been buying it.
He's been buying the beer. For
Literally,
everyone?
he's going through like a flat a day. I swear to God.
Wow.
No, not a flat, like a 12-pack. Because there's only probably 8 of us in the office, and most of us just have one. But there's a couple that have 2 or 3 every day. It's like,
Well, good on him.
you got a little half cut there.
If you can afford that, that's awesome. I think that's a nice thing to do for your, and show appreciation for your employees.
Yeah, well, and it gives us a chance to like air our grievances,
Yeah.
go over the news. Like that's basically the topic every day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where are we here? 23 minutes and 50 seconds.
I did want to talk about UFC.
Okay.
How about Nurmagomedov
Nurmagomedov.
and Ferguson?
I didn't see.
This will be the 5th time it's off.
Okay. Oh, did we not talk about it? I think we did talk about that the last time.
Yeah, but they
On
were
the
supposed to
last
fight.
episode.
They were supposed to fight on the 18th of April. But
On a secret island or a
God
ship
doesn't
in-
want them to fight. Clearly, like COVID-19 came out of
That was
nowhere. And
that was
stopped
so
their
long
fight.
ago. I feel like we had already covered that. But yeah, that sucks.
It's so crazy. And then how about Dana has been doing everything in his power to make UFC 249 happen,
Yeah.
and it never did. But,
No.
and it
He-
still will. But
He got eventually asked by ESPN, like, okay, hey, this isn't good for our
go your
brand.
Jets. We're
Yeah.
Disney too.
Settle
so,
down.
Yeah,
This isn't happening this time.
I was bummed. I was looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think, especially if testing is so widely available,
Yeah,
test everyone first and then let
I
him fight.
definitely had no problem paying full price for that.
No, I'd pay full
I
price.
would have bought
for
it twice for Christ's sake. I was so bored at that point.
Yeah, it's too bad. And I don't even mind. Don't do the event, but don't have people there. I didn't think it was that weird the last time when they had the stadium without any people in it.
I gotta be honest, I didn't watch that UFC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
gotta
watched
catch
it.
up.
It wasn't that noticeable. It was like, to me, for watching it on TV, I barely noticed that there wasn't people screaming in the background.
Joe mentioned you could hear the hits a lot more. You can hear the slap of the hit. as
Yeah,
it
I
hits.
suppose.
Didn't
All right.
WWE do a live event too? I'm pretty sure, or not live, but like did an event without a crowd,
I don't know.
which is so crazy to me because it's not real.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Dudes pretending to fight in a room without people watching.
For TV, I guess,
TV.
right? For
Yeah.
cameras.
yeah.
Yeah, WWE is fucked up. What else, Shane? What else?
I mean, WWE is weird anyway, isn't it?
It is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the crowd.
It just kind of highlights it.
Or they could do a CGI crowd, maybe.
Doesn't this highlight everything? How weird stuff is.
Stuff's weird.
We're strange creatures, humans.
We were just talking about our favorite podcast. We've been catching up on a lot of different shows that we were way backlogged on.
Yeah.
Friends Learning to Listen. They've been still doing some episodes. You said you listened to some of their quarantine.
Lately, Kaylee's been in there a lot because
Oh, cool.
Kaylee's obviously shut down right now.
And they're recording through Zoom from all separate houses.
Yeah.
How many people? So Kaylee, Quinn, and Charlie.
It's usually 4. I think Naomi seems to be busy
Naomi's pretty
lately
regular in there,
with
eh?
her own stuff. Lately, it's been
okay.
Kaylee and not Naomi.
So
But
Kaylee, Quinn, Charlie, and who else? Oh, just a guest, a random guest or something?
yeah, they're guest. Yeah,
Okay.
I do like Quinn and Charlie's sort of rapport they have. Obviously, they're great friends, but
Yeah.
they're in a band together as well. I
They
believe.
give them Hellboys.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie, he kind of Jamie's a few podcasts he does, and also kind of co-hosts, I guess.
And a talented artist.
Yeah, our friend Andrew Scott
Yeah.
has It's a Conspiracy. I've been listening to a few of those.
That's a good
as
show
well.
too. Yeah.
And Charlie records that, does the computering for it.
Yeah, and Andrew does quite a lot of research for that show. Hey,
He does, yeah. He works a lot harder than we work on this show. That's for sure.
that would show up here. Particularly me today. I showed up here empty-handed,
I
other
usually-
than whiskey.
I usually make about 5 minutes worth of notes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, I usually like to have some pointers, but this one was easy because, I mean, there's been things happening. I don't know.
it's true. A lot to cover.
If you just like woke up from under a rock of playing Warcraft or something, yeah, there's been COVID-19.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say though. Like what else?
Yeah, I mean,
They're reopening it. Do you want to know what the current? Let's look at our current COVID-19 statistics
sure, let's do it.
for the day. So
Yeah.
this is as of May 2nd today. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or is it May 1st?
It's May 2nd.
I don't know what day
Isn't
it is.
No, it's
It is May 2nd.
it is. Yeah.
I knew that. You can tell by how I said May 2nd. So this is going off of the COVID Information Center on Facebook. We've got global confirmed cases of 3,346,297 people and total deaths of 238,826. Total recovered 1,056,326. Now, I don't know if that includes all the people that, like Joe says, they're doing some antibody tests in California where they're saying, oh, these people must have had it at some point.
Yeah.
I don't think those people are included in the global confirmed cases.
I would think not.
I think it's only people that we've tested you have COVID-19 right now in your bloodstream. I'm pretty sure that's how they're doing that. So, though the global confirmed cases is 3.3 million, the actual global amount of people that have had it or currently have it, way, way, way higher than that. Hundreds of millions, presumably.
So how many billions do we have right now? Are we close to 8 at this point?
Yeah, 7 point something.
Okay.
I don't think we're quite at 8.
So what's the percentage of 3 million people
Confirmed.
to 8? Confirmed. Let's just up it to 10 million because it's going to keep confirming and we're going to keep getting more cases, even though we are, I think, flattening the curve. We are here in Canada anyway.
We certainly are.
So I'm going to just do the percentage of. How do you do this again?
You divide.
Okay. So 8 billion
No. You would divide 3.3 million by 8 billion.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, divided by 8 billion.
Yeah.
Which is what, 6 nines? Yeah.
No, zeros.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, zeros.
And it's
1, 2,
more than
3,
6.
1, 2, 3.
Nine.
Isn't it? No, it's 9. That's
9.
right. Okay.
Yeah. 6 nines.
So the answer that my lovely iPhone has given me is 4.125E-9, which I'm sure my girlfriend knows. But
Do you think that means
what the fuck does that mean?
That's an exponent. So 4.3 to the 9th power.
You remember that shit from high school?
Yes, some of it.
Excellent job, Bruce.
Well, I took math actually after high school because I was terrible at it in high school. And then I was like, had a little midlife crisis at like 25, and I was like, no, I gotta go back and upgrade. I'm gonna go to college.
Oh, you did?
I did. Well, I
didn't
went
know
back
that about
and
you.
yeah. I was like, I felt like such a loser for not having gone to college. So I was like, I kind of put this plan in my head of I'm gonna go and I'm gonna upgrade all my courses, and then I'm gonna either go and take music or take business, and like get a 2-year business diploma or a 2-year music diploma. And I wasn't really. I was debating super big advantages and disadvantages of both those things.
Yeah.
But I was like, I got to upgrade all my high school anyways. So I went back, upgraded. I got a 98% in math. 30.
Sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did quite well in math.
Yeah.
But by the time I was done upgrading, I decided that I didn't want to go to college, and I was happy working for the company that I'm currently still working for.
Yeah.
And I kind of weighed, okay, so if I do go to college now, what will that get me versus just staying working? And I was happy enough with my job that I was like, you know what, I'm just going to stay doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I still might someday go back and
Well, the
just
thing
be
is,
an
to
old
become a
ass.
full-time college student, you have to sacrifice.
Yeah, you're going to incur a
your
lot
level
of
of
debt.
life is going to change.
Yeah.
Totally.
Especially with music. Like, I'd probably get better as a musician,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to really be any more employable after, and maybe it leads to me meeting musicians that I just connect with,
Yeah.
and then I form a super band. That's the dream. Like, if I go to Grant McEwen and take performance, vocals, singing,
Yeah.
and I get connected with some other songwriters, guitar players, drummers, bass players that are just like really, in sync with what I want to do musically.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem likely to me based on that it's really a jazz focused program there. And the music I want to do is, I guess there's some jazz influence, but it's really more kind of folk and, rock influenced than jazz.
Yeah.
So, although I would love to play in like a swing kind of croony,
That'd be fun as fuck.
yeah, I love that
Yeah,
music,
totally.
old Frank Sinatra and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the guy that does all the like covers? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about like from Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah, exactly.
I
That's
can't remember
guy.
the name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
My brother-in-law was crazy about that shit. He had like the whole album and played it all the time.
he's got like a many different albums actually.
Yeah.
And a really, really great band. That's all like, jazz. And so I could put that band together maybe
Yeah.
and do that, which I would really love. But probably going to incur 2 years worth of student loans
Mhm.
and then, maybe have a job, maybe just go back to working the same job that I'm already working, or go work in like a music store, which is the same job adjacent to the job that I'm already doing.
Yeah.
So in the end, I just decided, fuck it. I'm just going to keep doing. I like my career. I've had, pretty good success with it, and I'm going to stay the course.
Well, and even to make it with music, those degrees and all that, while it helps to become a better musician,
Yeah.
it's not going to get you in the door
No.
at all.
There's no guarantee there. In fact, you're still highly, highly unlikely to, as far as making it. I could make it, and, I could make a living from music if I wanted to. But the living I would make would be a pretty big sacrifice.
That and you're also spending your entire life making music and performing music, and
Yeah.
while
touring.
that's cool too, but it's tough to build the nest egg and do everything else, right?
Yeah. No, it is. It is tough.
Yeah. I've had art shows, or I had an art show planned, which is obviously postponed indefinitely
I guess.
because art things are like stage 3.
Yeah.
So who knows when we're getting to stage 3?
That's too bad.
But it's still there. Like, it's sitting in the wings. I've been painting. I still get up every morning at 5 and I paint for 2 hours before work.
That's good.
And yeah, I'm making it happen. But it was nice to actually have the pressure off. And now I'm just detailing the shit out of my paintings. I get up every day and I'm not hurrying through anything. Whereas I had like 10 paintings to make within like a month. And it was going to be crazy.
One thing that I heard on a podcast recently was Jack Black was talking to Conan O'Brien on Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Yeah. And he said that he is obsessed with WGT Golf, which is my, that's the game that I play on my phone when I'm doing nothing and trying to pass the time.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, Jack Black, born on the same day as me, August 28th, and also has the same favorite game on his phone as I do.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, we should probably hang out.
Is he Canadian too?
Jack Black, if you're listening to this, I don't think he is.
Well, he seems like a Canadian.
He could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can make him an honorary one.
Okay.
Giving out honorary Canadianship here on the Rogan Report.
Richard Cheese, by the way, was the name of
That's what. I knew it was fucking something about cheese. I actually had that thought, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense in my head.
Richard Cheese. Yeah. Dick Cheese. For sure.
God damn, imagine. Do you think that's his real name?
No.
Can you imagine if that was and you were in school? Oh my God.
I don't even think his real name is Richard.
I have a last name Roach, and that's like a built-in. It's so easy that you don't even really touch it much. I actually didn't get teased a lot with it because it's so obvious.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I don't know really what you say about that.
I think we've drained the well. What are we at here? 30-some minutes?
36, 33.
Yeah. Well, I think
we
can keep
for now?
meeting like this anyways.
Okay.
On the fairly regular, as long as the weather permitting and fucking social distancing laws prevail.
I'm down. So thanks a lot, everyone, for coming back. I guess if you're listening to this, which clearly you are, if you're hearing my voice,
maybe I'll get back into the social medias, and maybe that'll make a difference again.
Okay.
I have been, even on my personal, I haven't posted shit.
Yeah,
in months.
I haven't.
Like,
really
I just haven't cared.
I've been keeping a little bit of an eye. I'll check it a couple times a day and see
I
what
check
people are saying, but I haven't really been posting much either.
I mean, I've had things happening, but I don't know. It seems like such an easy grab at social media.
True.
This whole thing. I don't know.
All right. So thanks, everyone. And we'll look forward to talking with you again soon.
Yeah, man. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Joe Rogan's unique perspective is teaching us all how to best live. And we will attempt to recap all of his weekly podcasts. Now show your support and download the Rogan Report. The Rogan